Hello and welcome back to another video here in sunny central Portugal. It's now nearly 2.5 years since we bought this tiny little house here, and we have 1.5 acres of land which has over 100 grapevines. So this week we have a lot of work to do on the land. As spring approaches, there are certain things that need to get done, and we're going to carry on with the chicken coop. And we have some new members of the family as well, so yeah, hope you enjoy. Really. So we have this very beautiful tree behind me in blossom. I thought it might be a different type of fruit, like a plum or something, because it's coming to blossom a lot earlier than the rest of our pear trees, but my plant ID app has informed me that it is also a pear tree, so it might just be a different type. I'm going to give it a little prune. It's not ideal to prune a tree once it's in blossom, as far as I understand. But there's a lot of dead branches on this tree, so I'm just going to take them back because we didn't get any fruit from it last year. On so many of our trees we have these lichens. I think it's known as Reindeer Moss, but I'm not 100% sure. But I have been reading loads about lichens and mosses because they've come up in a lot of books I've been listening to, particularly Gathering Moss by Chimera. I did read that they can be really nice incense if you burn them, so hopefully I'm not going to set our little house on fire, but I thought I would just give this one a go. There was like a perfume almost to it. Interesting. One other really cute thing I have to show you is I was weeding the garden and found this little oak tree growing, so I pulled it out and thought, well, I'll see how it goes in just in some water, because I just think it looks so beautiful being able to see the roots, and yeah, lots of the leaves have started to come out. So that's pretty cool. It's not a cork oak, I think it's just a holm oak. So we're a little bit concerned about Ali the chicken. She's been standing still a lot in the coop today, but looks a lot happier now. They're out and about scratching, so hopefully she's okay. Ali's this one at the back. Okay, Ali. So about 50% of the time that Diego goes out for his last pee, he runs off to a corner of the land and starts barking a very specific bark that we call the hedgehog bark. And he's normally shouting at a hedgehog. Let's see if I can find him. Dodo! Diogo! What are you doing there? Where's the hedgehog? Poor thing. He doesn't do anything, he just shouts at it and like digs up the earth around them. And I'm trying to kind of come and show him that hedgehogs are lovely. I don't really know how to train him to stop shouting at them. So if you have any tips for this poor hedgehog to not get shouted at. He's a friend, Dodo. It's okay. It's nice, hedgehog. It's nice. Good boy. It's okay. Should we go home? Come on. So this here is the reason why we've been in a rush to make sure we got all the vines pruned this week. You want to do it before the buds burst, which some of them are starting to do, as you can see here. Hopefully you can see under here. This is an unburst one, so a lot of them were coming out like this, but as soon as that's burst, you really don't want to be pruning them for the health of the vine. So I think we've got a few left to do. Hopefully they're not bursting yet, but Yeah, that's what you want to look out for. Little burst vine.
You see how this has grown? I assume it's hit this piece of wood here and then tried to curve around and then come out. So it's actually the perfect shape for a new vine. So what I'll do in a few years' time is I'll chop this off here, and then that'll be the new shape of the vine. You're dead. Yeah, this will be the new shape of the vine with the growth coming up off it. So we'll see, bit of a 4 or 5 year long experiment. I'll keep you posted. You might have noticed that these three are sticking up longer than normal. The plan is that I'm going to try and create an archway of vines over this little walkway thing here. See whether it works, another experiment. Oof, it's warm today. It's difficult work. These chickens won't shut up. It's because they're having some sort of territorial dispute about who is top chicken, and it's very noisy. It's hard to concentrate. And this job is far, excuse me, this job is far beyond my pay grade. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. And because it's also wonky, and I'm kind of trying to fix it, so I'm putting wedges in. A few people in the comments on the last video, thank you very much, by the way. It definitely feels better. Another thing a few people mentioned in the comments of the last video were about ventilation. So I realised we hadn't actually explained. Shush! Thank you. So the door is going to be made out of like chicken wire, so it's going to be fully ventilated that way. And check this out. I've got to fill a quarter brick, and I just found this. Yep, I'm going to put that in it, so a little bit of extra ventilation. So there will be plenty, so thanks for the concern, but don't worry.
Simao, what are you doing up there? Are you stuck? I'd love to just take a very quick minute of your time to tell you about today's sponsor, which is Squarespace. Squarespace is an absolutely brilliant all-in-one platform for building a professional, beautiful looking website. By far one of our most common questions is how are we making a living? Being able to run a business online has been a game changer for us. I work as an illustrator, and Iwan and his mum run a tea and coffee specialist shop, so without either of those businesses that have websites, we wouldn't be free to be able to live this life. And whether you want to move off grid and live in the middle of nowhere, or be free to travel the world being interrupted by a cuckoo here, I think a real professional looking website is one of the key cornerstones of a successful business, and that is why we love Squarespace, because it is so easy to build a really beautiful looking website. Even if you have no design skills or website building skills, one of the features that I love the most is their beautiful award-winning templates. These are what make the website just look really professional without you having to do much, and there's loads of different ones to choose from. Another really great thing that Squarespace has is 24/7 hour customer service. They have a really good app that you can use on your phone, so you can be working anywhere without having to have your big laptop with you. So if you're interested, you can head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Frankie off grid to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. All links will be in our description below, and thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video and continuing to support our project here. Albi, you are not a chicken. What are you doing in here? You tell her. You tell her, Ali. So I mentioned the other day that we were a bit worried about Ali the chicken, which is the whiter one closer to me. The others are Bobby and Mo. We thought she might be sick, but we did read that maybe she could have been a little bit depressed. So when we went to Italy, our 3 chickens went to stay in a much bigger flock with our friends Nick and Andrea, and I think when they came back here, coming into a smaller flock of 3 and the hierarchy shift may have caused a depression in her. If you are a chicken owner and you know more about this, then let us know in the comments your thoughts. But one solution we had, because Ali used to be top hen and now she's bottom hen, we thought, well, let's increase the size of our flock because a bigger flock is better. 3 is the absolute minimum number you should have. So yeah, we went and bought 2 more chickens, and she seems so much happier. She's still not laid an egg for a few days, so we're keeping an eye on that. Yeah, hopefully she's going to be okay. The 2 new chickens are very shy and scared, and they are getting beaten up a little bit by these guys as they now work out hierarchy, but Ali, instead of being third and last, is now third and in the middle of the hierarchy. And the new chickens are named. So Iwan is continuing to name our chickens after Liverpool players. So we have Andy Robertson. Is it Andy Robertson? Yeah, Andy Robertson, so Andy Robbo. And then I like to let my niece Olive name our chickens too, so she picked the other name. I had a little bit more faith in Olive actually, to give a much more hen-like name rather than Andy, but she went with Baby Gareth. I don't know where it's come from. The other option was King Kong, so I thought Baby Gareth was the best choice, and yeah, Gary for short, so Andy and Gary are the names of our new hens. Andy, Gary, Mo, Bobby and Ali. I don't think I've known such a strangely named flock. Have you, Diogo? What do you think of the new chickens? As long as they give me eggs, I'm happy. Yeah, that's the story of our chickens. We'll let you know how they get on. I'm being eaten by a vicious Diogo dog. So shortly we are taking Frankie to the groomers because her hair has just got so long. I wanted to get kind of how scruffy and hairy she is before we go. Try and get her to roll over because her back trousers are the funniest. Frankie, you roll over. You roll over. Good girl. Look at the state of these little fluffy trousers. She really hates when we try and cut her hair, so I hope she's going to be okay. It's at our vet's. They're amazing with her, but she is nervous at the vet's, so look at these hairy toes. Are you excited, Frankie, to not be such a hairy beast and have less seeds in you? What do you think? So here's the shiny new sausage dog. What a new one. Replaced Frankie with this funny looking one. Look how shiny you are, sausage. Look at her tail. She proper looks like a dachshund now, rather than a big hairy slug. We asked for it to just be as short as possible because this time of year she gets absolutely covered in seeds and then they try and like burrow into her skin, and last year she got one stuck in her ear, so we're hoping it's going to help. But we do think it's really short and she looks really funny to us. Sorry, sausage. And she's got like a little bob hairdo. Oh, sausage is still beautiful. But just even more clear that you need to go on a little diet, sausage dog. So this is one of the reasons I absolutely love sharing our lives on YouTube, is we get lots of really good tips. So I did a March garden guide video this week, and a lot of you were telling me, because I planted these tomatoes, to plant them deeper. So I'm going to dig them all up and just plant them as deep as I can, whilst still having them in this compost. So thank you for all your tips and wisdom. Let me if I take off some of these leaves. Let me push it in. And it should do better. So I'll do all of these now.
Muitas garrafas.
Do you want to tell us why we have muitas garrafas?
We have muitas vinho. Vinho. Yeah, from my friend Andre. Managed to do a bit of bartering for some help on his winery.
What's his winery called?
Gardunha Sul, based in Valdepreseres.
Put the sausage in the bottle.
So yeah, we managed to get 130 bottles, 140 bottles, I think. So hopefully that's enough. If anybody can think of a way of sterilising all of these without clean running water, that would be really helpful. So, in the comments, please.
So currently it's this one full of wine. How much? 100 litres?
100 litres, just less.
And then we've got a few demi-johns.
Yeah, 6.
The aim this year is to fill this big, is it 500
I
litres?
think so.
That would be nice. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this week. We're hoping the next video we'll actually get this darn chicken coop finished. It takes so much longer to get things done than we often anticipate, I think because we're learning at the same time and life happens around it all. So yeah, that is the plan. We would really like to have it done because we want to move on to something new. We've learnt a lot whilst doing it. See you next week. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.